The year 2020 was one for the history books, and one thing a lot of people won't forget is the big ammo shortage. Popular calibers like 9mm and .38 Special were gone in no time. Of course, those weren't the only types of ammo that disappeared, but it really showed how bad things got. What made it worse was that ammo factories had to shut down for a while, leaving people and even stores wondering when they'd get more. But what if a crisis like that lasted for years or even decades? Ammo would run out fast, and once it's gone, it might not come back. Let's take a look at the state of affairs right now. U.S. is in a proxy war with Russia. We have China and a growing contingent of nations attacking the U.S. dollar and testing the waters and American temperament with Taiwan. We also have total chaos in the Middle East. Should we face a world war, the birth of a world government, cultural revolution in the States, and the fall of the U.S. dollar, there's no doubt that ammo is going to all but disappear. What you've got on hand now might be all you'll ever have. So do you have enough? Let's talk about the 5 calibers you should be stocking up on right now. If I could only have one firearm for the rest of my life, it'd be a 12-gauge shotgun. They're the most versatile gun in the world because, depending on the grain, you can take down big game, go duck hunting, breach a door, take down a bad guy, and even adapt them for non-lethal use such as riot control. The most popular caliber for this firearm is double-aught buckshot. That said, when the ammo crunch comes, it won't just swallow up buckshot. It'll take birdshot and slugs and everything in between. So stocking up on double-aught buckshot's still a very high priority for me, and it should be for you too. The biggest issue comes with the cost of effective buckshot and slugs. They aren't the cheapest rounds out there. The ammunition also tends to be big and heavy. Everyone should have a healthy heap of the humble .22 long rifle round. The economy and utility of this round make it a no-brainer when it comes to stockpiling. I love this round because you can buy a lot for not a whole lot of money. You can store it in a small area, easily carry thousands of rounds, and it's good for all sorts of applications, including hunting and self-defense. It's also relatively quiet as bullets go, and I normally carry a silenced .22 pistol everywhere I go. You're able to do things with the .22 that you couldn't do with a larger round. While the .22 LR doesn't have the pointed tip, PSI, or the amount of powder that similar-sized rounds like .223 Remington, it's still a deadly round with good placement. Now, it's not as cheap as it was, but still a great deal compared to 5.56 or even 9mm. Not that I'd substitute one for the other. That said, there will come a time when .22 LR is gone too. Do you have enough? The most popular handgun ammunition today is 9mm. Chances are you have a 9mm in your own arsenal. As gun ownership has increased in America, so has the demand for 9mm ammunition. The U.S. military also uses a lot of 9mm ammunition for things like training. I carry a 9mm pistol every day as well, every time I'm out in public. It may not have as much killing power as some other rounds, and it's not particularly good at a distance, but for quick draw, up close, and personal applications, the 9mm is a fantastic round. Plus, it's got excellent barter and trade value because almost every gun owner has a 9mm. The overwhelming demand for this caliber of ammunition means that it'll be gone from the civilian world in a hurry in the face of a supply chain disruption or even a serious war. Not only will these things limit the amount that's available, but panic will drive people to buy more. I love the 5.56 round because when it comes to really defending yourself or being able to use small unit tactics, the M4s or AR-15s are really reliable and powerful without a lot of bulk or kick. This round's also going to be good for barter and trade and for holding as a hedge against the dollar, and it's extremely good for defense, both at close distances and intermediate distances. The price of 5.56 skyrocketed in 2020, and I distinctly remember purchasing a box of PMC X-Tac that cost around $20 before shipping and taxes. It was well over $1 per round of 5.56 in 2020. That's what they were charging when it was available. This is a very popular caliber and one that you should stockpile plenty of if you don't have it already. When it comes to extended ranges or shooting through serious barriers, the 308 or 7.62 NATO are the rounds to go to. Any gun labeled 308 can accept 7.62 NATO, but guns chambered for 7.62 NATO should not fire 308. Most civilian firearms in this category are .308 anyway. The .308 allows for the taking of nearly every American game animal. It's a good choice for a scoped bolt gun designed for long-range engagements. As a battle rifle, it can break through cover, including vehicle doors, brick and wood walls, and even light metal walls. There isn't much that can deflect the .30 caliber projectile. The round is also better suited for defeating hard body armor and has the ability to go through an engine block. Of course, the ammunition isn't cheap and isn't as common as .556, but you'll find it in any big box store or gun store worth their spit. The .308 round is the most common .30 caliber, medium to long range caliber. There's also a wider variety of rifles built around this round, including semi-automatic, bolt action, and even lever actions. This round is also the standard for medium machine guns and sniper rifles in the United States military. There will be a big market for it in a post-SHTF world. Now the big question is, how much ammo should we store for emergencies? How much ammo should I have? When it comes to building up an ammo stockpile, it's important to approach it with a clear plan. For many people, setting aside a budget specifically for stockpiling is a great place to start. There are several strategies to grow your ammo reserve, and I'll share a simple method that's worked well for me while staying within a reasonable budget. First, you need to prioritize the calibers you want to stockpile. Think about which firearms you use the most, which ones you'd like to have extra ammo for, and which ones you rely on most frequently. Next, create a plan. For example, let's say you typically shoot 500 rounds of 9mm, 150 rounds of .556, and 50 shotgun rounds each month. That's roughly $200 worth of ammo per month. Now, if you can increase your budget by $100, you could start adding to your stockpile while maintaining your current shooting habits. You might allocate that extra money to buy 250 rounds of 9mm, 80 rounds of .556, and 25 rounds of shotgun ammo for your reserve. The exact numbers might vary depending on the type and price of ammo, but the idea is to stockpile in proportion to what you use. If your budget's tight and you can't increase spending, there are still ways to grow your stockpile. For example, you could reduce the number of rounds you shoot and save the unused ammo for your reserve. Alternatively, you could use more affordable options like steel-cased ammo or shop around for the best deals. Another option is to rotate the calibers you shoot each month. For instance, skipping one caliber entirely to save money and build up that specific stockpile. In general, I recommend a steady and logical approach to stockpiling ammunition. This method can prepare you for anything from potential ammo shortages or bans to simply having enough supplies so you don't need to rush out and buy more. With careful planning and a substantial routine, your ammo stockpile will grow over time and leave you better prepared for the future.